Hello, welcome to your Wednesday Wildcat News. I'm Maggie Stinson.
And I'm Renato Johnson. Now that Thanksgiving is behind us, it is officially the holiday shopping season. Americans appear ready to spend more money again, at least online. Adobe Analytics estimates online Black Friday sales hit just over $9.1 billion this year. This is an all-time high in spite of economic concerns, including inflation. Sales were strong, electronics, and exercise equipment, but the record-breaking total was helped by higher prices. The National Retail Federation projects overall holiday sales will increase by 8% in 2022.
Adobe Analytics also said that shoppers spent over $11 billion on Cyber Monday, nearly 6% more than last year. For those doing the math, that $11 billion is nearly 25% higher than the record online sales we just told you about for Black Friday. Cyber Monday is now the biggest shopping day of the season. Cyber sales have steadily grown each year since at least 2014. But what about those that like to shop in person?
Grace Hager checked out Small Business Saturday in Lexington to find out what's special about shopping small and in person.
I think shopping small is important because it strengthens your community. And I think that Lexington is such a shop small community, and we love that. So shopping small on Saturday is arguably bigger than Black Friday, at least in the Chevy Chase area, because there's so many boutiques around.
When you're purchasing online or in-store from a small business, you are really supporting someone's dream. You're giving back to your local community and the local economy, and you just really do create a sense of community that you don't get from the big box stores. Being a business owner in Lexington is honestly one of the biggest blessings. Our town is so charming and has so many small shops and businesses that really do make this community what it is, and it's so special.
Along with shopping for friends and family, it is also time for holiday donations. The Nest Center for Women and Children is hosting its annual Reindeer Express toy drive on December 9th at Wild Health Field. The donation drive provides hundreds of local families with brand new toys, books, art, supplies, coats, and more for children during the holidays. Joellen Wilhoit is the Nest Director of Philanthropy.
And we have 1,000 children this year to provide basically a holiday to, because sometimes, these families wouldn't have what they need to even celebrate the holidays.
The Nest is accepting new unwrapped toys and clothing donations until Tuesday, December 6th at Wild Health Field. If you would like to make a financial contribution or shop the Amazon and Walmart wish list, you can visit thenestlexington.org/event/Reindeer Express.
As an extension of the Reindeer Express, the Nest is also working with a local venue, the Burl, to host the second annual Tunes for Toys fundraiser. Headliners like the Red Clay Strays, If Birds Could Fly, and Shelby Lore Band will be performing tonight at 7 p.m. and doors will open at 6. Admission is $20 or an unwrapped toy. All proceeds, as well as toys for the toy drive, will benefit the Nest.
Election season is not over yet, as Georgia is currently in a runoff. Early voting began on November 26th for the Georgia runoff election. The candidates are Republican Herschel Walker and Democrat Raphael Warnock. Election day will take place on December 6th. Here is what one student has to say about the importance of college students voting.
I think it's very important for us as college students in the upcoming election in Georgia to vote so that we have a voice and that it is heard.
Midterm elections wrapped up a few weeks ago, but if you thought you were done hearing about them, you're out of luck. The Republican Party is suing Maricopa County in Arizona over how the county conducted its midterm elections. The GOP is alleging voter disenfranchisement and is insisting on certification delays. Candidate for Governor Kari Lake and Secretary of State nominee Mark Fincham are calling for an election redo. We spoke with a UK law professor before the election who gave us insight into why these lawsuits are so predictable and common.
You've got a lot of people on the ballot who are so-called election deniers, right? People who deny the validity of the results in 2020, even though there's no evidence whatsoever to call those results into question, and have said that they, will not accept the results if they lose. Kari Lake, running for governor in Arizona, is a prime example of that.
Not all Arizona Republican politicians are questioning the results. Maricopa County's Board of Supervisors Chairman Bill Gates identifies as a Republican and agrees with the midterm results.
In news across the nation today, study results show an experimental drug has potential as a treatment for Alzheimer's disease. The research shows the drug reduced symptoms of the disease by 27%. Patients with early signs of Alzheimer's showed less cognitive and functional decline after taking the drug compared with the placebo group. There are potential side effects, however, with headaches, brain swelling, and bleeding. The drug's makers say they will apply for FDA approval by March. U.S. House Democrats chose current caucus chair Hakeem Jeffries to serve as House Minority Leader next year. The representative from New York will be the first black person to ever lead a major party in the House or Senate. He ran unopposed for the position. This is not the first time Jeffries has stood out among leaders in Congress. In 2019, he became the youngest member serving in leadership when he became the chairman of the Democratic caucus.
A federal jury in Washington found Oath Keepers founder Stuart Rhodes and member Kelly Meggs guilty of seditious conspiracy for their roles in the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. Those charges carry a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. 3 other members of the Oath Keepers, along with Rhodes and Meggs, were found guilty of obstruction of an official proceeding and aiding and abetting. Rhodes' lawyer plans to appeal the conviction. The Senate passed a landmark bipartisan bill to protect same-sex marriage Tuesday. 12 Republicans joined all members of the Democratic caucus to pass the Respect for Marriage Act. The legislation protects same-sex marriage if the Supreme Court overturns the 2015 decision that legalized it. It also protects interracial marriage. While the measure doesn't prohibit states from banning those marriages, it would force them to recognize such marriages granted by other states. The bill now heads off to the House of Representatives. Coming up on Wildcat News, there's been some wild weather around the country.
Grace Hager has your Wildcat forecast. We'll be right back.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving. I definitely can't drive.
Okay.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
I'm a first-generation Filipino American. You don't always feel you're a part of the country you live in. It's this weird middle space sometimes that you have to live inside of. But when you meet others that are also living in that space, you'll learn to know that it's its own unique space too.
Mauna Loa, the world's largest active volcano, is erupting for the first time since 1984.
This is new aerial footage of the eruption. The U.S. Geological Survey says the lava fountains seen here measure 115 to 148 feet high. Officials say the flow has come within roughly 4.5 miles of Saddle Road. The volcano is located on Hawaii's Big Island, along with another active volcano, Kilauea. The eruption began on the mountain summit caldera at around 4:30 a.m. Eastern Time Sunday. A severe thunderstorm system moved through much of the South last night.
There were confirmed tornado touchdowns in both Mississippi and Alabama. Tornado warnings continued overnight and into the mornings with heavy wind, rain, and hail damage as they damaged buildings, trees, and bridges. At least 2 people have died in the storms. We got a taste of that storm system here too, with wind, rain, hail, and lightning.
Grace Hager took some video of that lightning in the Lexington area last night. Grace, it was quite the storm.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our weekly Wildcat weather report. Like many, you most likely heard the loud hail and thunderstorms that swept through the bluegrass last night. Most of the ice chunks appeared to be pea or marble size, but some residents reported hail measuring an inch or more in diameter. Today, things cleared up and we have had a beautiful sunny day here in Lexington with a slightly chilly high of 42 degrees. Tonight, you can expect a low of 23 degrees with clear skies remaining throughout the night. Tomorrow, we are looking at another mostly sunny day with temperatures remaining the same at about 42 degrees with a low of 29. Now looking at our 5-day forecast, we can see we're going to have a warm up throughout the week with Saturday going to be at 60 degrees and Sunday at 50. After the break, we have Ian Alvano with sports. That's all for your Wildcat weather.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking. Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Whatever gets you talking. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh. No, you can't.
Welcome to Wildcat Sports. I'm Ian Alvano. It's been a wild week in sports. From Qatar to Lexington, there's been action happening all across the globe. We'll start with World Cup soccer. The United States men's national team wrapped up its group stages on a positive note. Needing a win coming into Tuesday's match versus Iran, the pressure wasn't too big for the United States. The United States beat Iran 1-0 and will match up with a strong Netherlands side in the round of 16 on Saturday morning. Tuesday's win meant a great deal to some UK students.
Me playing soccer ever since I was 4, I can't put words into a sentence on how much this means to me, and getting through this group stage and playing Netherlands here on Saturday. I'm super hype, and I think we got a good chance.
It's now win or go home for the United States in the knockout phases of the World Cup. Ties won't be an option for the squad, with extra time coming into play if 2 teams are level after 90 minutes. The final 16 of the tournament will be official after Friday's matches. Moving on to soccer in Lexington, there was a bitter ending to Kentucky men's soccer season on Sunday night. The Wildcats' undefeated run came to an end after Pitt knocked off #1 Kentucky 2-1 in the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament. The Panthers' late strike in the 87th minute proved to be the winner that ended UK's season. Finally, Kentucky's volleyball postseason gets underway this Thursday after winning a share of the SEC alongside Florida. The Cats will get to host Thursday's first round game of the NCAA tournament against Loyola Chicago. If Kentucky wins, they'll host the winner of Western Kentucky and Bowling Green on Friday night. The Wildcats will be led by SEC Player of the Year Emma Grome going into the most crucial part of their schedule. That's all for Tuesday's Wildcat Sports. Back to you at the desk, Maggie and Renardo.
A new queen on campus was crowned around this time last year. However, her reign is coming to a close.
The annual Miss Black and Gold Scholarship Pageant is hosted by the Exalted Epsilon Chi chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. This year, there are 3 contestants vying for the title. A new winner will be crowned on December 5th at 7:06 p.m. in the Gatton Student Center Ballroom. Formal attire is highly encouraged for all attendees. That's all for your Wildcat News today.
Join us again next Tuesday at 4 p.m. for more, and have a great night.